I was a cop for 21 years. I wasn't very afraid of anything. You know, it's really hard to rattle me. My mom died of cancer, so the only word that bothered me was cancer. And when I found out I had cancer, it was like the end of the world. You know, even though it was prostate, and I hear that all the time, it's just prostate. Prostate's the #2 killer in men. I hate when people downplay it because it's not a downplayable issue. But when you get here, it's not downplayed. I was on a golf trip in Myrtle Beach with 15 other guys. And we're talking about surgery and all this other stuff. And the one guy says, you know, my girlfriend has cancer. She's from Denver. And he says, you need to talk to her. So then I talked to her and she says, have you ever heard of proton therapy? And I said, no, I've never heard of it. So I'm in a prostate support group on Facebook. And I just sent a message out saying, hey, I'm supposed to have surgery. Somebody just mentioned proton therapy. Has anybody done it? So my wife and I flew to Nashville, stayed at a hotel, spent the weekend in Nashville, and Monday morning we had a teleconference with Dr. Storey because he's licensed in Tennessee. So I met Dr. Storey through the computer. You know, after an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, I got off and I told my wife, that's where we're going. There's no doubt in my mind. And when I told my surgeon I was thinking of proton therapy, he looked at me like I was crazy. When I found out I had cancer, I did over 1,000 hours of research. You know, and that's what made the surgeon mad, because I had educated questions, but he took that as I was challenging him, and I wasn't. I had questions. I asked Mark Storey educated questions, and he was like, you've done your homework. If you could lay on the couch for 15 minutes, you can do proton therapy. That's how easy it is. So I was thinking, okay, first week I'm gonna have all these side effects. I'm gonna be throwing up and all this other stuff. So I said, you gotta be there with me. And there was no side effects. I was like, just go home. All I could say is, get to a proton, whether it's here, Jacksonville, California, anywhere. Get to a proton center and listen to the oncologist, because it's so much more relaxed, more caring. The bedside manner is unbelievable. Like I said, I used to said it the other day when I got my coin. In my mind, Mark Storey is like a best friend of mine, you know, and I can't say anything more than that.